Let's talk about opening up Macs and getting a new patcher going, a new patcher window. I'm going to double click that Macs icon. I'm working on Windows 10 here. So if you get no windows popping up and you're on a Mac, then you might need to go to this menu bar at the top of your Mac desktop display, and it should have options similar to these options right here. And you might need to do View, or let's see, it would be Window maybe. The options are a little bit different. But hopefully we've at least got this console window open. This console window will print out messages that Macs wants to send to you. A lot of times this is where your error messages are going to go and other useful information depending on the patch you're using and the objects you're using. It can be very helpful for debugging. If something's getting an incorrect type of message, then it'll tell you right here. So let's click File and New Patcher. And I'm going to maximize this. And let's see. Let's zoom in here, 200%. I feel like it's much easier to connect patch cords to objects when you're zoomed in. And let's build our standard patcher. N gives us the option for a new object. I'll type in cycle, or at least the beginning of it, and then press enter because it's automatically completed the rest of the word. And then we haven't defined the frequency parameter here. You can see that you can give it a frequency. We could say 440, but because we're going to have a dynamic frequency that changes, I'm going to have it come in as a float object. So I push F for a float, and then I'm going to connect the left outlet here to the left inlet of cycle. Now every time I send a value, it's going to set the frequency parameter of this sine wave generator. Technically it's a cosine wave generator, but we can just consider this an audio sine wave. So before we send it to the DAC, which would be through this object, push N for a new object and then type EZ DAC tilde. Before we send it there, we want to be able to control the amplitude of the volume, and let's do that with a live.gain. So live.gain tilde. You can also do it with just the standard max gain object. I prefer this live.gain. It gives you a little more information. It's a nice little interface with that arrow. Anybody who uses Ableton Live will recognize this interface as well. That's what the live is a reference to. Okay, so I've attached a signal patch cord from the left outlet of cycle to the left inlet of gain. Now this can go anywhere. I've decided to put it into channel 1 right here because what I'm going to do here is duplicate this signal into channel 1 and channel 2 of our output of our DAC. So now before I click on this DAC, I'm going to pull the volume down because I'm unsure how loud it's going to be. There we go. We've got an audio signal. I've got it coming to my headphones right now. I can pull that volume level up a little bit. And we see as we click and drag this around, the frequency that's being emitted by this oscillator is shifting.